Okay, guys, we're going to be ranking every performance in the room. Everyone that has a speaking role, however small, if they have a line of dialogue, we're ranking their performance. So the tiers are going from S to A to B to C to D. I considered making D just awful, but I thought almost every performance in the film is awful. So we're kind of ranking them relative to the awfulness of the other performances.
And also, like, maybe our enjoyment of them.
Yeah, we're kind of ranking them as performances.
Oh.
On what they deserve as acting performances.
Well, then it's going to all be, like, they're all going to be, they're all shit.
Exactly, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're relative to one another's awfulness. Because if we're ranking them for our enjoyment, like, the worst ones are the best ones. So we're really basing this on, given the task that they were given as actors, the role they were given, how good were they?
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get into it, guys. Okay, so starting off, a controversial one.
Yeah.
Denny. How are we feeling about Denny's performance?
Something we have to bear in mind is, like, what he was given to work with.
Yes.
And I do feel like if I try and imagine anyone else really as Denny, like, I struggle. I struggle to imagine really, like... Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe in his prime, like Edward Furlong, before all the bad stuff, Edward Furlong, maybe Kieran Culkin was a bit too, like, cheeky and naughty.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. Who played I Am Sam?
Who played I Am Sam?
Yeah.
You mean Sean Penn?
I think I mean that, yeah.
I don't think you mean Sean Penn should have played Denny. I think we should strike
Yeah.
Sean Penn from the record and just move on from that ridiculous suggestion. No, Sean Penn should not have played Denny. I think we've instantly undermined all credibility that we have right at the beginning of this exercise. No, not Sean Penn. What do you even mean? No, I mean, Denny, yeah, he was given one of the worst and most ridiculous and strangest characters ever written. So I think we have to bear that in mind. I think he does an okay job, all things considered.
Yeah, like... I think he's genuinely trying.
He's genuine. He absolutely tries. He's very earnest. He puts some emotion into it. In the rooftop scene, for example, when he's having to cry and he's having to sort of beg, and he's quite believable. He puts a bit of effort into it, when he's saying stop ganging up on me and stuff.
But I don't think he's S tier.
No, he's not S tier.
No. I think I'm going to put Denny, for me, I think I'm going to put him maybe A.
I was thinking A or B.
Really, he sits between the two, but I think A.
I'm going B, so I think the weight of you saying A and B and me saying B, I think he's B.
Okay.
He might be being a bit hard done by here.
Yeah, I feel like you're being a bit contrarian.
No, I'm not being contrarian. No, I think Denny is probably B. There are a few who are A.
There's not that many people who are better than Denny.
Not substantially, but none of them are good. That's what we're dealing with. None of them are good. So I think we can say Denny is B.
Okay.
There you go,
I want to say I don't agree with that, but I will allow it.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to,
for the sake of the
aggregate
video
our
and
scores.
like,
We're not going to agree on every single one, so let's just get that out of the way. Okay, the flower shop lady. Now, we're not including the dog. If we were, like, in a kind of Smash Bros thing, and you get, like, Banjo and Kazooie. If we were including the dog, hers would be substantially higher. I think
the dog has, like, the most realistic performance of the whole thing, really.
It wasn't as realistic. It's that he was very well behaved.
Well, I mean just realistic, like he just behaved like a dog.
I don't think he did. I think he did what he was asked to do.
He sort of behaved a little bit like a sort of stuffed animatronic.
He
like
behaved
a Furby.
Like, the nodding head dog. You just put him on the counter and he's just there. So he was brilliant because, you don't want him to behave like a dog for that scene.
Are we going to take into account that this lady isn't even an actress?
No.
She is actually...
That's irrelevant.
But that is a bit of trivia. She is the lady who owned...
She is the actual flower shop lady.
The flower shop.
We're not taking that into account. We're just saying how well did they do with the performance they were given, not their prior experience or context or anything like that.
Well, she's certainly not on the ranking of Denny.
For her, I'm going a strong D. I think she's absolutely terrible. The delivery of "You're my favourite customer" is...
Yeah, that is odd,
appalling.
isn't it? That is, yeah.
Because all you have to do is go like, "You're my favourite customer" or something, but she goes, "You're my favourite customer." It's like really bad.
Like it's within the realm of like, I feel like most normal people could say, you know what? After
D.
that,
It's
after you said it,
100%
it's a D. It's a D.
I think that's the worst performance in the entire film, and of course,
no, sorry.
Well, we'll get to. We won't spoil.
Okay, let's not get carried away right now.
pretty adamant that's the worst performance in the film. And again, that's completely understandable. She's not a professional actress. I am saying, we both agree it's a D. It's definitely the worst performance in the film.
We don't both agree about that, but I agree that
sorry, we both agree it's a D. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be a long journey. Right.
We're going to end this by having literally like a punch up with each other.
So, Claudette, another kind of controversial one.
Honestly, Claudette's performance in this movie, it's like she carries herself with the sort of like almost like she had the experience of an older actress, like a not a good actress, but like one that has done a lot of movies.
Yes.
And in her performance and just in sort of her air about her, there seems to be sort of an undercurrent of like shock and surprise and dismay at like the actual movie, because you have to bear in mind a lot of these actors, a lot of them, this was like their first movie that they had done. So I think they didn't really know what to expect. But Claudette, she does seem she seems quite on edge throughout the movie.
She reminds me of, there's these sort of football managers who you get in when you're in a relegation scrap or when you've gone down to the championship, and they're experienced. You know they're not good managers. And they're no nonsense. Your Sean Dyches, your Sam Allardyces, your Neil Warnocks. And she reminds me of one of those managers, like a Neil Warnock. She's been brought in and she's gone, this club. And she's looking around at the players she's got, and she's looking around and she's like, I'm not exactly Pep Guardiola, but look at these fucking players. You know, she's like, kind of like, she's experienced in her shitness. I bet, for example, she's very dependable on set.
She's an experienced older woman.
She's not, she's a limited actress.
Yeah.
But I think she probably always gave you what you expected. I don't think she was a difficult person to deal with or to work with, and she was dependable probably. The performance is quite bad. I definitely have breast cancer. It's one of the worst line reads in the whole film.
But like, how the fuck else was she meant to read it?
She could
Okay, imagine we're in this scene right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. I can't remember what the fuck Lisa says beforehand.
You cannot say it the way she said it. It's absurd. So,
she's like, I got the results of the test back.
So she goes, and I'm not an actor, okay? And I haven't had time. I'm just going to say this will be better than what she did.
You were talking like I think in a couple of like the same scene you're talking about how like you're like tired from shopping or something.
Yeah. That's fine. Doesn't matter. She can change. You can shift emotions in a scene.
Come on, Tom Cruise.
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
I don't think that's not that different to how she delivers it.
She goes, I definitely have breast cancer.
Yeah, but you have to imagine, like, you're not, like, imagine, no. Okay, imagine you're, like, an annoying, like, 50-year-old, like, nagging cow.
No.
You delivered it to me as if, like, you were telling me you have breast cancer.
Yeah, well, I can't.
No, you have to, like, pretend to be her.
I definitely have breast cancer.
That's not that different to how
No, she's like,
it.
I definitely... All right, look, we'll forget all this, all right? Okay. I'm going... it's a B or a C.
Okay, you're crazy to think it's a C. I think, really, Denny should be an A. I will stand by that.
Look, we're not going to go back to Denny. We've settled Denny.
She's a B. Forward. She's a B.
She's a B with Denny. I think she's about on the level...
She shouldn't be with Denny, but she's a B.
I think Denny's a bit better, but I still don't think he's quite A.
Denny's an A. Okay,
now we're onto the coffee shop scene, which is almost like the bulk of the characters in the room that have speaking parts are in the coffee shop scene. So, yeah, you might not realise, guys, there are 6 different characters with dialogue in the coffee shop scene. So, we're starting with Susan, an iconic movie character. Susan, make sure you're in shot, by the way. Yeah, there we go.
Like the Brady Bunch or something?
We're like Susan and the coffee shop guy. When everyone walks in and they're like, hey guys, can we get you something? It's like, not from both of you, thanks. Can you back off?
One thing I want to mention about these, do we know the names of these two? There's Susan and who's
Susan.
the guy?
I haven't checked the guy's name.
Well, there's Susan and like, I don't know, like Susan's boyfriend?
Susan's like handsome boyfriend.
I think Susan's son or like Susan's something. Do you want to fucking budge up?
Not really. You're spinning around and digging your leg into me. Right.
One thing I don't like about, because I just watched this scene quite a few times now, just like refresh myself with it, and I don't like how they act like the twins from The Shining.
Refresh your memory of it, not refresh yourself with it.
Like it's like a cold beer on a hot day.
Yeah, like meditation or something. Like,
I'm watching it, I'm like, No, but I don't like that they're like the twins from The Shining.
Yeah,
like
they lean in.
They finish other sentences.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that one bit.
Also, I don't even like when you go to like a shop and they're like, "Can I help you?" And you're like, "No, it's all right.
But
I don't
two
want to
of
talk to
them.
anyone. But two of them, they're
Front
in
and
your
centre,
face.
yeah.
And it's like, sorry,
Fucking jabbering on about cheesecake.
who am I looking at when I give my order here? Because, the twins from The Shining.
You have to have a lazy eye and look at both of them at the same time.
And by the way, we're not taking into account how many lines of dialogue. Basically, it's how good they were for what they were given. So Susan, I think, was pretty good. I'm quite a fan of Susan's performance. I think it's one of the better performances in the film. She's given not much to work with when she offers Johnny and Mark the cheesecake, and what do? She says, "Guys, you want some cheesecake?" And they go, "Oh." They just kind of sort of moan at her, and she's like, "Okay," or whatever. She just responds normally. I'm inclined to put Susan in the A tier. I think she's quite believable as a.
Yeah, I'm going to put Susan in the A tier as well. Yeah,
Susan
I agree
is
with
A.
that.
Susan's boyfriend, we won't spend too much time. I mean, I think he's about as believable as Susan. He doesn't have much to do, but he does it reasonably well. He's like, "Oh, we'll bring it right over," or whatever. It's based on what he had. He couldn't have done much more. Relative to the movie...
Well, then based on that, he's S tier.
No. I think he couldn't have done much more. He could have brought a bit more personality. Susan brought a lot of personality.
Well, then does that mean Susan's S tier?
Just take it easy, all right? Just take it easy.
I was in there making notes and
don't
really
make
studying
notes. Just
them.
take it easy. Okay, what is Susan's boyfriend? Whatever he is, I don't know if she's doing
Her
very
lover.
well. If it's,
Yeah.
I'm putting him A. What do you want him as?
Yeah, we'll put him as A.
You want him as A?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got this guy who I think orders a bagel. No, he orders. What does he order? He orders
something in a coffee. I think he orders a slice of cheesecake and a coffee.
No. He orders. Look, maybe we should pause and check this scene. All right, guys, we rewatched the scene.
Mm-hmm. This is now honestly the 12th time I've seen this.
It's quite hard
hour.
to remember all of it. That's the thing. So this guy, I've forgotten again what he has.
He orders, as I said before,
cheesecake
he orders
and
cheesecake and a coffee.
Okay, he's fine. I mean, I'd say, to be honest, this is probably, if we're just talking based on their rankings relative, this is where most of the best performances in the film come in. I'd say these are pretty much among the 6 best performances.
Yeah.
So,
but possibly it's because they had very little dialogue.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We're going off the evidence we have available.
And really, you have to bear in mind, these guys, they're extras, and you really, that's what they always talk about. The worst thing you can be as an extra is someone who stands out. And I feel like he's fine. He does what he needs to do.
I'm putting him in A.
I'm putting him in A as well.
The one she orders the peanut butter cup with extra.
I fucking hate this bitch. I hate her so much.
She stands out.
I don't know what notes she was given. Is she a streetwalker or something?
Yeah.
She's really saucy, and she's extra whipped cream. I really hate this one. I
think
hate
C.
her.
I think we're going C. She was believable. She seemed semi-believable. She wasn't as bad as the flower shop lady.
It's believable as she's literally a lady of the night.
I'm going.
There's also when in the background when she's on the table eating her peanut butter cup with extra whipped cream. She's playing with her bra strap. I don't know why she's acting like such a sort of loose woman.
Okay, well, what do you want?
You know what? I'm going to put her on C because she's not quite as bad.
She's not as bad as the flower shop lady. I could see an argument for D, but no. Okay, so next we've got a slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water. An iconic. Her line was so good they played it twice.
They played it twice within literally about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and you don't notice it necessarily the first time you watch the film, but you notice it.
Yeah.
If you watch the film a few times, you notice this. I think she's quite bad. She comes off as very nervous, which could be just really great acting. Because some people are nervous when they order a slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water. First of all, it's a very weird order.
A slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water.
You're having this delicious cheesecake and you're like, let me get this cold bottled water to you have it with a...
But maybe she's indulging with the cheesecake and she doesn't,
Yeah, but just have the cheesecake then. I don't know. You're trying to wash away the nice sweet flavour and aftertaste from your mouth. That's weird.
I don't love the way she delivers it, but it does feel, again, quite realistic.
It feels realistic, but I don't think that was intended. I think it feels realistic because she's nervous. And if you're an actress, you shouldn't really be nervous at doing your one line of dialogue. You should be confident. So I don't think it's great.
Pop her in B.
We can give her the benefit of the doubt and pop her in B. I think really it's C, but we'll pop her in B.
For some reason, I have a real, just a real bug with this lady in C. I really hate her.
Then we've got Bagel and an Americano.
Again, he's fine. He's on the phone during this bit, and he's he's quite odd. Like,
Yes.
the way he's on the phone is very
yeah.
strange. And, like, I don't think when you were making an order, you would still have the phone.
You would
like,
bring it down.
You'd bring it down.
His phone use is not realistic. Everything else is good. Is
Yeah,
the phone is
the
bad.
phone is odd.
I found the exact same thing. The phone use is not realistic. Apart from that, I was going to say he's maybe A, but the phone use brings it down to
I think he's going to be on a B.
a
Yeah.
B. Yeah, he's kind of lucky to be in B, to be honest. I realise we've missed out one. I'm gonna grab an image for this person as well. One moment. Okay, we're back. I forgot an absolutely essential character, an absolutely iconic character.
Oh, yeah.
You may have noticed. Any of you online sleuths out there, you may have spotted what's changed. How could you forget her? So up next, Mark. Greg Sestero as Mark. Of the main characters, I'd say this is one of the worst. Of the main characters, this is among the worst, if not the worst, of the main sort of gang.
But you have to bear in mind what he's got to work with.
I
And he's
think-
got some of the most nonsensical dialogue.
I think he had a lot of opportunities to show his acting chops, and I think he badly let himself down. He obviously
Yeah.
he felt he was above the whole project, which
Yeah.
quite frankly he was not.
We've
Like,
all seen him in the Puppet Master.
We've all seen him in the Puppet Master, and we've seen him in this.
Yeah.
Like, show you're better than the movie then.
Yeah.
Come on, man, put a shift in. Let's see some life behind those strange doll-like eyes, that porcelain face.
I think for me, he's going to be on C.
Yes, I think he's a C tier. I mean, he's pretty bad, really.
Yeah.
He is. I think he is quite bad. He's very glazed over.
Yeah.
He looks very bored.
But I think he might also be, like, just very depressed about doing the movie.
Doesn't
And-
matter, mate. You're getting paid to be in a movie. Most
he
actors.
is- It's a little bit like he's like a prostitute in this film, like the fact that he was sort of paid so much money to be in the movie.
It doesn't matter.
But I think that's why he looks sort of glazed over.
He obviously
and...
thought he was going to be like the next James Dean. It's like, bro, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you weren't. 99% of actors who ever lived, he's done better than 99% of actors who ever lived to have gotten
Yeah.
that role,
Oh,
to
yeah,
be paid
of
to be in a
course.
movie. He should have been delighted, and he should have gone, do you know what, this would be in my reel, this would be for my show reel, I'll cut out the best clips,
Yeah.
you know, I'm on film, I'm doing stuff, and he was abysmal.
I think it would be quite hard for him to find clips to cut out to put into a reel, to be honest. I think most times he is on screen, whether or not is that the dialogue is bizarre or his performance is bizarre.
Well, also, he wasn't thinking the movie would become famous. So he's thinking he's going to have these clips in his show reel, and they're going to be looking at him and they're going, wait, who's that guy next to him with the long black hair?
Who's Nostradamus? in the
Why is there
background?
what's going on here? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's pretty awful. A lot of lines, for example, when he's like, the candles, the music, the sexy dress. I mean, what's going on here? The sex scenes, look, I completely understand why it was difficult to do all of the sex scenes in the film. He is particularly bad in the sex scenes.
He's like, it's a very strange choice.
Yeah.
And his, like, because if he kind of went at it more like he was just sort of like in a guttural way, like he was sort of like just like a sex addict.
Who, Tommy?
No, I'm talking Mark.
Did he?
No, I'm saying if he
had done,
yeah.
okay.
So if he had just acted
Funny,
more...
I instantly went to Tommy because I was like, that's what Tommy does.
yeah. But I was thinking, like, if he just sort of acted like just a fiend, just like a ravenous fiend, then his character would have made. If you think honestly, in the room in general, there are a couple of very minor tweaks you could make to the movie where it would
all
make
sense,
so much more sense as a movie.
The obvious one, it's been discussed, but swapping Lisa and Michelle.
Yeah.
Because you would understand, I understand why these guys are like going mental. Or like just to get like you've suggested in the past.
Just get a hooker.
Just get a very high class escort, like who's just like.
I don't think a really high class escort would have done this.
Well,
I think like a.
I think she would to be in a
Do you
movie.
think? Yeah. I think
yeah.
no. I'm kind of imagining more like it's just sort of like a real cheap, nasty hooker.
But still, like
one where it would like make sense, like, you know, like it just like triggers like men's monkey brains, and that's why.
And that's why the movie's sort of deep, because you're like, look what they'll do. Over
but
some, what.
Yeah, I'm talking like, you know, some
Look
real
what
slapper.
Look what they threw away for that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And you'd be like, but it happens.
Yep.
We've seen footballers do it. We've seen actors do it.
Yep.
But yeah, so it was, and I think some of the worst acting he does is when he has to be like, you're so beautiful. And he's like, God, you're so hot and stuff. And it's like, you can see he's just sort of like really resentful. Like when he has to kiss her and stuff, you can see he's just sort of like.
But then the fact that he goes at it from like almost like like really, you need to swap the fucking styles of
Because
of Mark and
then
Tommy.
you'd see why she left Johnny for Mark, because Johnny's going at it, and Mark is acting like a woman. He's like acting
he's like making love.
yeah,
like
he's not even, he's kind of just being like.
yeah,
And it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, whereas Johnny's like, he's going wild. Like, he's showing his calisthenics skills.
Yeah.
He's got this like mental
he's got
physique.
1% body fat.
He's got 1% body, like a statue. Like, and he's really like, if you ignore his personality and the way he looks, Johnny's going at it.
Yeah.
Obviously the roses are a bit much, and just like, did you like last night? But yeah, Mark. I mean, Greg Sestero, a bad performance. We're going C.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one considered one of the best performances in the film.
I would agree with this.
Kyle Voight, I believe, as Peter. Yeah, I enjoy his performance. He's obviously given some very silly dialogue, as they all are. It's a bit weird sometimes. He's quite like sort of like a bit sort of like a kind of fish or something.
When he like falls on the ground
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they're
don't
playing
like that.
the
Don't
American
like that at
football
all.
outside. What's it called? American football. Or they just call it football.
American football.
Yeah, and like when he like falls over on his front and he acts really odd, like, and he's sort of like, I don't know, I don't like that
It's like
bit.
something from a movie for 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
It feels somewhere you're like, ugh, why is it?
Or like it's like a scene like maybe like from like Grown Ups or something.
Yes, it's
like,
it's like boink, and and he's sort of like, I'm a nerd, and it's like, come on, man, have some dignity.
Yeah.
Like, get up off the floor. You're a psychologist, for God's sake.
Yeah.
When his patients
he's a
walks past-
psychologist.
when his patients
sake.
comes past and sees him like that, he's gonna be like, he's probably gonna, he's gonna be like, I was thinking of topping myself. I was gonna come to one of his sessions. Now I've got nobody. Look at even my psychologist is on the floor. So yeah, he's very like, he's sort of like, a lot of like weird blinking, and he's like, people are people. They can't see their own faults. He's got this weird affectation that's like very, like, it's quite distracting.
But I do think again, like, I think it's quite realistic.
He's quite believable, yeah.
And also, he was like, well, that's why he disappears halfway through the movie.
He's one of the
'cause
more professional.
He is working.
I feel it's A.
You know what? I agree.
I don't think it's a high A.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's A though. I think it's A.
Pop him in there.
He's pretty good overall. He brings a feeling of a bit more quality, a bit more believableness. Feels a bit more like a human being.
You can relate to him more as
you can relate because
viewer,
when he looks at them and he's like, God, you sort of feel like, yeah, Peter, I know. It does help though that he's the one who's like, you guys are weird, and he's sort of subtly telling everyone they're idiots or that they're wrong about everything, and you're like, yeah, you are correct, Peter. They are idiots and they are wrong about everything. He's also, it's difficult when he has to obviously, after Mark tries to kill him and throw him off the roof, and all he's given to say is like, what are you nuts? But to be fair, he could have been like, what are you nuts? Like, he could have really gone at it.
You've got to bear in mind, like, the fact
that was a lot better than what he did.
that was a lot better. Yeah, like we've all covered in this that you're like, you could have been.
I am a thespian deep down.
But you have to bear in mind, if he had kind of gone at it with that, like, the following dialogue is quite strange.
That is, he had to transition. Yeah, I would have gone at him, and then they would have been like, what's this?
Yeah, and then you would have been like, it's fine. Like,
no, but I would have been like, it's fine. But he's hard.
But then you're trying to do like, you're trying to do like psychology on him.
Yeah, afterwards he's like, let's talk about your problem.
As Johnny would say.
So I'd have to be like, I'd have to fade. It's quite difficult. You'd have to
do like a fade out.
Let's talk about your problem.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Then people will be putting you in like D tier, bro.
Yeah. Because he'd maybe like, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
So look, he's going A.
Yep.
Okay, up next we've got Mike.
It's hard for me because I do hate this character as well. Like, I really dislike every scene that he's in.
There's a key. The key thing with him is, was he asked to make those faces?
The face that we have in this exact little image.
When for example, when he's getting the chocolate blowjob.
Oh my god, I fucking hate it. Oh, that scene is like, I think that scene I can say is my least favourite scene in the whole movie.
It's horrible. It's not my least. I think the sex scenes are, but yeah, it's
no, because the sex scenes is like some sort of like, enjoyment you can extrapolate from them. The fact that they're so like absurd and ridiculous, but like the chocolate blowjob scene, like it's like also like, it's definitely a lot, for me at least, more disgusting than all of the sex scenes.
It's
and I don't like when she's like, yum. Like, also, I really hate that as well.
I hope they didn't have to do multiple takes because they got to put the chocolate. And you're probably like, this is good chocolate. They've no expense is spared. Tommy's bought some.
I reckon he's got some nice Belgian ones there.
But then,
probably like American.
He's
chocolate.
like real movie, no Mickey
Mouse.
No,
he would have gotten like real nasty American.
Well,
chocolate.
He doesn't want anything French. That's why he avoids the word fiance because it's French. So he's like future
wife.
Yeah. So if he was but yeah, they have to kiss with the chocolate in the mouth. Oh man,
Yeah, man.
that's really appalling.
That is really awful.
So there is. I will say in the me underwears bit, he's telling the story really well. And again, it's ridiculous dialogue. He's given he's given most of he has one of the worst of the main characters you could be given. He doesn't really get anything normal. He never gets to take part in anything serious. He never gets to be like, why are you cheating or whatever. He never gets to do any of that. He's forced to be a ridiculous, silly chocolate blowjob man. And when he gets the one normal bit, the me underwears story, I think it's possibly among the best acting in the film.
Really?
But you see him, right? He delivers it and he's like really believable. He's telling the story and you're like, oh yeah, what happens next? And then Tommy goes, you must be kidding, aren't you? Underwear. That's life. And you see the guy who plays Mike, just the life drains from, and he just goes, and you see him, he's like tried. He's like, I'm in a movie, let me try. And then Tommy says, you must be kidding, underwear, I got the picture, that's life. And he's just like, why am I doing this?
All of this is incredibly valid, but then the thing, and I'm like with you on it, but then I remember the faces he's pulling.
And he does it, there's the chocolate blowjob, and then later on she puts some cake in his, and she's like, yum, and he's like, and he goes, and it's really horrible. So where are we putting him?
I'm going to pop him in B, I think.
B? Yeah, B. I was going to say B or C.
No, he's not as bad as...
We have to give him... It's B for benefit of the doubt here. Because we don't know... We don't know if he was asked. If he wasn't asked and he chose to do his faces, he's going in D for me. He's wrecking the movie.
So we are giving him, like you said, B for benefit of the doubt.
B for benefit of the doubt really should be in C, but I think B.
No, he's not as bad as Mark, and he's not as bad as the horrible whipped cream harlot.
I mean, he can't... No, do you know what else? No. I'm saying he should be in C because when he gets knocked out somehow by being like hit in the stomach with a football by Mark.
No, it's not hit. No, he's just like brushed upon.
Yeah, he touches him with the ball.
Yeah,
and he flies to the floor. And then when they're picking him up, he starts going like
he's concussed
and like pointing around. And I'm not convinced he was asked to do the blowjob face.
Yeah, pop him in C.
He's going in C. He's not good. You're not good. You're just a chicken. So next we've got Lisa Looks Hot Tonight.
I don't think he put much commitment and like passion and like really like much. No. Like his words don't seem very real.
I felt he had a misplaced confidence. He like looked quite pleased with himself, and he's not very likable or enjoyable to look at on screen. His delivery was not that good.
No.
And he's sort of like he just looks pleased with himself. I don't know.
He does. Okay, cool. I think
for me it's a C.
It's not, but when you look at who's in C, then he's not as bad. He's more nondescript.
He's about as bad as Mark would have been. I mean, he's maybe showing a tiny bit more life than Mark, but at least Mark has a bit of like on-screen.
All right, pop him in C.
I think he's C. He's not as good as Denny. At least Denny and Claudette have a bit of character.
Yeah.
They put a bit of personality in. He's just like, Lisa looks hot tonight, and it's like not very good. Then there's like, what do you mean hot? Now, we don't even see her say this. You barely hear it. You can barely even notice it. She does not leave a mark. I'm saying C.
Well, what I quite like about her delivery is like Lisa in this scene does not look very good.
Yeah.
And like I feel like there's a part. It's a little bit like sometimes you see this with Greg Sestero's performance, where like there's a genuine sort of like frustration and anger come out in certain deliveries, where he's genuinely seems angry and pissed off.
I can't wait to see you, lover boy. And he's like, what are you talking about? I just saw you. And you can see he looks genuinely annoyed.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like this woman's performance carries a little bit of that. Like, where she's like, what do you mean hard?
Yeah, it's like when Greg Sestero's asked to be like, when he gets, for some reason, after every time he has sex with Lisa, he's really angry afterwards. Yeah. And he's like, God, why did you make me do this? And he's quite believable in those moments.
Yeah, so with that in mind, I'm tempted to pop her in B.
B, for me, it's a C for sure, but because she doesn't. When he says Lisa looks hot tonight, she just goes, and it's like she didn't have much to do, and she could have sort of been like,
yeah,
you know. And again, we don't know what Tommy asked them to do, but I just don't feel she left enough of a mark.
Pop her in C.
You don't even hear what she says.
No, it's very. But that's kind of not really on her.
Like, it is a little bit though. Like,
well, you think she should have projected
a bit more clarity? Yeah. She could have been like, what do you mean hot? You know, like she could have been a bit more. Michelle, what are your thoughts on Michelle?
I think she's fine.
Do you?
I think with what she had to work with, I don't think she's good. I think I think maybe she's a B.
Oh, I think she's worse than Mark.
Really?
To me, she's the worst of the main ones. No, she's not the worst. We'll get into that.
Yeah, come on.
I
now.
won't spoil it, but
Yeah.
she is. I think she's terrible. She obviously gets some ridiculous dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, your point of view is so different from mine.
Yeah.
But no, I think she's awful. Like, absolutely awful. When she's like, your point of view is so different from mine.
Yeah,
and she's like,
no, really, it's mostly that line.
no,
it's
it's not.
terrible.
It's all of it. She's like, Lisa, and like she's so spaced out. Or when she's like, you're gonna ruin this friendship group. Like, she's really.
But there are quite
bad.
a lot of people who are like that.
No, she's terrible. For me, she's lucky to even.
Really,
the flower shop lady has created space for everyone else to be in C. The flower shop lady's so bad.
we should have put her like one of the last ones because she
mean,
fucked up the whole thing.
Yeah, she has. Your point of view is so different from mine. Is like as bad, really, as the flower shop line.
It's like something you would see in like a school play.
She's like, it's so different from mine, and then she's like, examine your zipper. I guess she's like a bit believable when she smiles and laughs. What's this weird elbow barrier you're creating? She's a bit believable when she smiles and laughs. I think it has to be a C, but
it's a C.
It's not
a
a B. It's
no,
not a B. She's lucky not to be in D. Quite frankly,
sorry,
I think she's bloody terrible.
Yeah. Poor.
Okay, a big one.
Yeah.
The big L. The big lease.
It's
Sounded
very
a bit like one of her
hard.
scenes just then.
It's very hard to place her because, like,
She was given an impossible task.
like really, when you look at like what she had to do as like an actor, as a thespian,
Yeah.
it's almost like, you know, it's a little bit like when you like, you know, when like Daniel Day-Lewis has to like live his life as like like Lincoln. Like it's a little bit like she was like almost one of the hardest tasks that's been seen in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's really.
And the fact that we get the end product that we do, I really think that means a lot. Like, I think that really is almost a showcase of like really, it's like a showcase of like a mother's love. Like that she had her daughter at home and she saw the money and she was reading the script.
Yeah.
And she dealt with like, you know, just all the abuse on set.
It's a very admirable performance.
It is.
You look at her and you sort of go, you tried. You didn't give up. You tried. Mm-hmm. And no, she's not the best actress. And no, she wasn't right for the role. She conveyed the kind of like me kind of side.
Yeah, she did.
She did enough in a sort of, you know, almost like a panto villain. But if it had been like Greg Sestero doing the equivalent, there would have been nothing.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
She at least is capable of like being normal and then being like, you didn't get your promotion, did you? Like, and being vindictive.
And you had to bear in mind, like, a lot of like, not necessarily her dialogue isn't necessarily nonsensical, but it's like the pacing of her dialogue is really odd.
The flip-flopping.
And what she'll say one thing, and then the next line of dialogue will be like almost if it's from like a different scene from a different movie. And wasn't she like very young here?
Yeah.
Isn't she like
She's like
early
20s? Yeah, it's mad.
And this was her first ever proper
That's
movie
irrelevant.
role.
We're not counting that. We're just counting how good were they given.
But I have to take all these things into account.
We've established at the start. We're not taking. You don't have to. I think though.
I think she's A.
The thing is, look, in her favour, like she, as you said, she's given stuff even from the very beginning of the film. She asks him if he got his promotion. And then he says no, and then she has to ask him again immediately afterwards.
You didn't get it, did you?
And it's like, as a writer and director, you've just immediately made her life very difficult.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff, where she's like, she has to go almost instantaneously from being like, Johnny hit me, to being like, Johnny's a really good person, Mum. And how do you manage that? Do you know what it reminds me of? Is what's the ginger guy from Homeland?
Oh,
Damian Lewis, where he has to play it where he could be the terrorist or he could not be the terrorist, because she has to be like, Johnny wanted to adopt Denny, Mum, and then she has to be like, Johnny's a bad guy and he hit me. You're a creep. And like, it's really difficult, but some of her deliveries are so kind of like ham-fisted and sort of like,
I don't know if I agree. I think with what she's got, I think she's between an A and a B for me.
She has the worst dialogue in the film.
Yeah, she does. And she has the most nonsensical character.
I don't think you can say that her performance is... There are some people who could have gone, okay, the character's mental and I will work with that. Some actresses would have gone, okay, I'm a crazy hot woman, you know, and like really done it.
They should have maybe given a little bit more like sort of like Glenn Close in what's that movie?
I've not seen it, but the one with the legs or something. What's the one she's got legs though? That's not Glenn Close.
That's not Glenn Close.
Who's Glenn Close?
Glenn Close is.
I know who she. I'm forgetting. She's
the one. She's in the one for the movie.
she in 101 Dalmatians.
She's in.
She is.
Yeah, she's in Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what her legs. She opens her legs.
No,
she crosses
that's
her legs.
not. No, you're thinking of that other scene.
There's all these 80s sex movies. I haven't seen them. It's not my bag.
No, there's luckily that scene is in Fatal Attraction. No, but yeah, there's but like she could have maybe said a little bit more of that, a little bit more like histrionic and mental.
Yes. Yeah, she could. Like, for example, when she's like, you're being hysterical, like, she could have been a bit more, she could have a bit more spice, and she could have leaned in to, like, imagine they just bung, like, Penelope Cruz in there. You bung Penelope Cruz in the room, it's a great movie. You're like, this all makes sense. She's a fiery, crazy Latina.
But again, like, really, Lisa needed to be played by, like, a bimbo. I think a bimbo
Penelope
tramp.
Cruz could have done a great job, and you would have been like, she's crazy, but she's hot, and everyone's going crazy for her. But
I guess, but it wouldn't have really made much sense why Penelope Cruz was behaving like that.
Who plays like hot, crazy women in films? Can't think of one, but there's people who could have done it. I think it's B. I don't think you. I think she's doing well to get herself in there with Denny and Claudette, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. Pop her
I think
in
it's
B.
unfair to say she's as good as Peter. Peter's in esteemed company. He's got like a guy who orders a bagel. He's got Susan and Susan's lover. Susan's lover might be lucky to be an A, but I'm not sure. So she's in B.
Yeah.
Lisa's going into B. Okay. We've got Chris R.
This is easiest. Put him in S
Chris
right
R's
now.
going into the S.
Honestly, we watched it not that long ago, and like, I was like, wow, this is really good.
From the moment his boots appear on screen, you're like,
he just
who's
really
this?
commanded a presence. Like,
I will say, he's not as good as people say. It's not a perfect performance, but relative to the rest of the movie, it's the closest thing. He could have been, for example, in like a Steven Seagal movie.
oh yeah.
And it would have been totally fine as a drug dealer in a Steven Seagal movie. He is actually given really ridiculous dialogue because why can't he wait 5 minutes for his money? Like,
yeah, or why can't he just be like, well, obviously you're not going to bring me my money in 5 minutes. Who's bringing the money?
yeah, not I don't have 5 minutes. It's like you spent a pretty long time like pointing. Are you really going to blow his head off as well, like, on the roof?
Well, we don't know how much money Denny.
Well, he's clearly not big time, is he, Denny? So like, this is he's a very,
It's like literally like $100.
yeah, like probably less. It was a bit of weed. He's an unreasonable, impatient man, and he played that pretty well. And you know, he threw himself into it. He gives a physical performance.
Yes,
he could have, for example, been in like a crappy prison movie, but still a decent, not terrible.
We watch a lot of Steven Seagal movies. He could easily slot in to like any Steven Seagal movie.
He plays an inmate who like gets in a fight and gets
one of the
killed.
Skinheads.
He could you could give him quite a few lines. He'd be fine. Yeah. So
that was the easiest one for me.
We all knew Chris R was going to be S tier. Also, what a weird name for a character.
Yeah.
Chris R. Chris R. It's just like Chris
really,
B or Chris D or something is fine. Chris R is just so weird.
The S and the D were the easiest so far.
Yeah, Flower Shop Lady and Chris R. Chris R we knew before we started this. That was the only one we were certain of, was Chris R would be S tier. It's the only S tier performance in the film. Okay, so up next we've got...
What the hell's this guy called?
Stephen.
Okay.
Stephen, who replaces Peter.
Yeah. And just suddenly sort of like, it's just sort of created. Like, he just suddenly like comes into existence halfway through the movie, and we're meant to sort of act like, oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, and you think he could have gone, okay, look, I need to blend in. Because I'm coming into the movie halfway through, it's a bit weird, so I need to just play it cool, keep it simple. And he went, oh, no. I'm not keeping it simple.
Yeah.
I'm really putting some sauce on it. And and the sauce I'm putting on it is not a tasty sauce.
No, it's not at all.
It's
he gives the same energy as the horrible whipped cream harlot that I like. So I'm tempted to put him on the same tier.
I'm tempted to put him in D.
Oh no, he's not in D.
He is very bad.
But come on now, he's not as bad as the Flower Shop Lady, who is fucked up this.
Like the baby do, like, when's the baby do? It's so weird. And then he's like, I feel like I'm sitting on an atomic bomb waiting for it to go up. And then like, but there's some of it he's okay.
Yeah.
When he's like, he's just very odd. The character obviously is absurd beyond belief. But when he's like, when he's like, how could you do this? It's like, you haven't really earned the right to behave like that in the film. You should just be like, how could you do this? You know? But he's like, how could you do this?
But I
he's
think
sort of like too much.
I think this movie is littered with actors where when they have quite like a small amount of dialogue, they're like, well, this can go in my reel.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I want to at least put something that's reel worthy.
Yeah, for me, it's D, but what you're saying, C?
Do you really think he's as bad as the Flower Shop Lady?
No, but I don't think he's as good as Mark or Chocolate Blowjob or...
Yeah, really, he sits between C and D.
He's a D.5.
Yeah,
but...
I think really because I almost want to keep the sanctity of the tier of D,
yeah.
I'm going to pop him in C.
Yeah, and also I've commandeered a couple of these votes, so I'm going to give you that he's a C. And look, he's not... Yeah, the Flower Shop Lady is abysmal. Her and Chris are the bookends of the movie. Okay, guys, this is you've all been waiting for it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The man himself, Tommy Wiseau. I think we need to, be careful here. We need to think.
It's really hard to rank his performance
because there should almost be a question mark tier.
Because when we were watching this the other day, the end scene, it's quite.
Yeah.
It is, anyone who's watching who's had maybe some histrionic moments in their life, it's quite believable. Like it's quite I can imagine being in that sort of state of mental anguish where you're just smashing shit.
Physically, he's all over the place. When he throws he's very gentle. He's sort of and then he opens things and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't convey just he doesn't commit physically.
No, well when he's knocking things off the it's like a mantle and he's knocking things off and he's sort of acting a little bit like Godzilla at that point. I quite like that.
But
That's
then
quite
he
good.
really tones it down and he's kind of he's very gentle with everything.
But I do quite like when he's humping the dress. I can just sort of imagine that being the sort of mental thing you would do when you're in a state of pure mental anguish.
Yeah. And he also he feels like a real person who's just very weird at times, and he's sort of like it feels. For example, when with Stephen, he's like, when's the baby due? And it's really bad acting. And it feels like it's so obviously acting. Tommy, it's more just so weird. It's not that he seems like a fake person.
But it's Tommy, after apparently years later after The Room came out, he said that the reason Denny was like that is because Denny's he's mentally handicapped. And when you look at that in hindsight, but when you look at that in hindsight, it's oh, maybe that's why Denny was when Lisa and Johnny were clearly gonna have sex. Maybe that's why Denny's there and wanting to and talking about how sometimes when he looks at her he wants to kiss her and stuff.
But the problem is that Philip Haldeman, who plays Denny, he plays him quite intelligently. He makes him seem he's quite articulate and he speaks quite clearly and he doesn't come across that way.
Well, I think if Tommy had given him the footnote when he gave him the script oh, you need to play this as a man with learning difficulties.
Right, think Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Go for it.
That's where I'm coming from with I Am Sam.
You meant Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating?
No, isn't I Am Sam.
That's why you meant he should have played Denny?
Yeah.
Right, well, Sean Penn was very old in I Am Sam, but
Philip Hartman's really old as well.
Philip Haldeman.
Philip Haldeman, yeah.
Philip Hartman's the one who was killed by his wife. We should just... Sean Penn, even when he was young, he sort of looked weirdly old. He never could have been Denny. Denny's meant to be very boyish and cheeky.
I know, but Denny doesn't. He that's Sean not achieved,
Penn,
is it?
In his sort of Spicoli era, would have been really odd as Denny. He's got the sort of weird...
You're showing yourself off as a little movie buff
Well,
today.
not really. I only knew Glenn Close from 101 Dalmatians. I was like, oh yeah, the baby movie. One for babies. Look, Tommy, yeah, I mean, but we have to acknowledge he's fucking terrible at times. Obviously, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. You shouldn't say lines that are meant to be...
Well, and to be fair, that is an homage to another scene.
I understand. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't say lines in a film that become global figures of ridicule, where they're so silly.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're tearing me apart. The intonation is so weird. And he the problem with Tommy a lot is he almost lets himself fully go. So he draws attention to himself, but he kind of holds, even when he's like, but Lisa, like, he's kind of holding back. If he just fully, like, just 100% let himself go, he would be better, because he almost does. You've either got to be controlled or just wild.
Yeah.
And he's, like, 80% wild with this weird, uptight level of control of his performance that makes it draws attention, and then it, like, limits his own level of kind of emotion, and he's clearly not a good actor.
No. But there are moments where I
Yeah.
feel like he channels a little something.
There are moments of real
when he's
emotion.
like, I think you should leave, Mark.
I think
like,
you should leave right now, Mark. Yeah. And when he's like, I kill you, you bastard. Like, you feel that for him a lot of this was personal.
oh yeah.
Or when he's listening to the tape recording, and they're like, oh, I don't like him anymore. He's a creep. And he's looking at Lisa, and he's like, and he's just, you see him
Really, you see him come alive as an actor towards
when he feels betrayed. Whenever he feels betrayed in the movie.
Look, you can say what you want about Tommy Wiseau, but I feel like behind the surface is a man who's experienced a lot of a lot of just. I think he's been hurt. I think he's been hurt. He's been betrayed.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a deep character there.
I saw a take on YouTube the other day that, I mean, obviously you've sort of said that he said that Denny is mentally challenged, which is really surprising. But it makes sense from a script point of view, kind of. And like he's coming around in the day to borrow like weird stuff, and he keeps walking in unannounced. It does make a lot of sense.
It does, doesn't it?
But he didn't direct the actor well. Yeah, I mean, with Tommy, it's I don't know.
It honestly, it's like he's impossible to place. He's like it's like he's an ABC.
He couldn't. He also had to dub all of his lines, which has had a very negative effect on the film. And if you were imagining what he was intending to make, a film where you're meant to go, oh my god,
yeah,
everybody betray him. You know, you're meant to take it seriously, and he makes that incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
He's yeah, I mean, when he's arguing with Lisa, I would say sometimes he puts a bit more. She's a bit more normal, but he puts a bit more soul into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like one of those people who like can't sing, but he like kind of gives it his all. You know, he's quite a sort of soulful actor.
I mean, we can't ignore like the bizarre fucking.
No.
Like the belly button fucking.
And we can't ignore the scenes where his mouth is like. And then it's like it's like I think you should leave now. He's like meant to be saying something. He's just like, or when he's talking to Denny, and he's literally just like, and like he's clearly not.
But I
speaking.
think like also as well when he's you know when they're going up the stairs to have the first sex scene, he's like, ew.
Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah, he's very bad.
A lot of very odd noises.
Yeah. Ew. And then he's like, and when she's like, you know, I love you or something, and he's like, I do. When he's like, he goes from quite normal and oddly like when he's like, wow, honey, this is a great party, and you invited all of my friends. Good thinking. And then she's like, you know, I love you or something, and he's like, I do. Like it's really, really, really weird. And he does a few of those where you're like, dude, you can't speak
God,
like
I want
that.
to watch
Like,
it again, man.
Yeah, I just want to bang it on tonight. Yeah, I do. And when he's like, but then at times, for example, what I was going to say about Denny is he said that, no, not he said, someone else on YouTube was saying the other day that Denny is kind of, he feels that Denny is meant to be Tommy when he was younger because Tommy he had the older guy who was kind of his like benefactor when he moved to the States, and that maybe he liked that guy's girlfriend or wife, and that he felt like he was playing, Tommy is supposed to be playing the father that he always wanted, and Denny was him when he didn't really have parents around. And that's why the scenes between them are bizarrely tender. There is a strong feeling of love between
there is,
when they're on the roof, and he's like, if you have any problems, please talk to me, and keep in mind. And like they're very oddly
as
warm.
a human being.
As a human being. Yeah, that scene, it gets real tender. Like,
yeah, it
and
does.
you really feel there's this love. And
which that is like that. Like he conveys something.
He can
there.
generate
like,
those emotions. Yeah.
I think he might.
It doesn't, again, because we look at like Claudette, right? She can't do none of that. But she doesn't just fuck up the whole film.
I tell you what, I've worked it out.
What?
He sits in B because hear me out. There are moments that are A, but then there are moments that are D.
I think he's in C. I think he's definitely C. He can't be. He really, really dutties up the film at times. Like,
I know,
he
but
takes
there's
scenes
but
that
honestly, I'm gonna say this, and I genuinely believe this. I think there are times when he channels more raw emotion
Yeah, than
and more
anyone
realism
else.
than anyone else in
anyone
this
else
movie.
in the film. That is correct.
So I think that's why, purely based on the merit of that he sits in B
But
for
it
me.
doesn't. No, but again, it doesn't matter. It's like it's not. It's like if you're a footballer and you can score these like world class goals, but you just give the ball away every 5 seconds. You're useless to the team. You've ruined the match. It doesn't matter that you made an amazing run and scored. Like, you've ruined the match. And he just fucks up the movie at the end of it. And again, obviously, he's the best thing about it. If you're watching it ironically, he's the funniest part. But if you're trying to make a serious movie, which he was doing,
I'm standing by my comment. I'm still standing by his B. I think because he evokes something that no one else does in the movie, it's like almost he like surpasses S. But then there are times when he also surpasses D.
I mean, almost every line he gives is dubbed, and he can barely.
But there's just
pronounce
moments
anything.
of pure like
There's
just
very few.
no, but they're
And
very
even in
few.
those moments,
but
he's
they are
dubbed.
real. They're like real emotion there. A level of emotion that
There's
we
more
don't.
to making a competent movie than just real
No,
emotion.
I'm standing by what I said.
I'm saying C. We're gonna. I mean, look. I personally, my feeling is, if we put him in B tier and people they skip through to see the end, what have they? We lose all credibility with anyone watching this for putting Tommy in B. And look, that's not the only thing that matters. But it's much like the movie. You've got to keep a sort of, competent professional image. Tommy in B. That's disrespectful to like Philip Holdemon and Holdemon. he's a Pokemon, a Digimon. They should do a Digimon based on. I mean, they do Pokemons based on anything. They do one based on Philip Holdemon.
Wait, if there's like a fucking set of keys Pokemon.
They could be a Philip Holdemon
yeah.
one. Philip Holdemon. Yeah, I mean, to put him with. Oh no, dude. Think of Claudette and then think of him.
Yeah, but like Claudette doesn't reach the highs.
I mean, look. What we could do is we could just end the video like this.
Oh, okay, yeah. You do it faster.
We could say, viewers, what do you think? No,
Yeah.
Or do we have to put Tommy? No, he's not.
Oh,
there.
he's not. Yeah. Oh, you fucked up now.
Okay, look, he's sitting around here. Do we have to put Tommy somewhere? I feel like we kind of have to.
Why are we cuddling up now?
Because my neck is absolutely killing me. We're like the coffee shop people. We're like, you want some cheesecake? This is killing me. Look. We're gonna bung him. Where does he go? Where do they even go? I don't want to fuck up the whole thing.
Look, just hover him around.
Okay, he's hovering
No,
around.
keep him. Hold it.
He's in between, yeah, but he's sort of his ghost.
Yeah.
His ghost is in B, and his presence is in C here. Cool.
That feels right to me.
Like that. No, there's got to be. We have to.
No, his ghost is in B, but he's walking the line.
All right. Well. This is how we're ending it,
Is
guys.
this like triggering you? Do you want to put him in C?
No. I mean, no.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it?
No.
I can feel you sort of like twitching.
I want to let go of the mouse, and I have to at some point,
Yeah.
But
But
he's gone. He's gone to B. He's gone.
yeah,
to B. I mean,
it's like that's where he belongs.
look, when you see him there, be honest, that is ridiculous that he's in
No,
B.
but like the
That
thing
is
is,
ridiculous.
like if someone came up to me and like pointed a finger at me, like I could make my case.
I'm going to put him here, and then in a minute we'll put him in B again. He belongs in here.
He doesn't.
He
'cause
belongs here.
At times, he does a performance that is beyond anyone else on this list.
I feel like he's Mowgli, and I'm Bagheera, and you're Baloo, and you're like and I'm like he belongs in C with his people. Belongs there. No, that is so weird to put him there.
I honestly, to me, like I look at that and I breathe a sigh of relief.
He
it
stands
feels right.
out. All of the funniest bits are
Yep.
him saying stuff, and it's not
But
meant
then-
to be funny.
But no, it's like those charts where you start off with an opinion and then you end with an opinion, and halfway you have a different opinion. Like when you've watched The Room enough times, honestly, we've watched this movie. Like I can't.
Look,
even,
you're about to crash this car into a brick wall. I'm taking the wheel from you. He's going in C. You cannot put him in B. It's
Okay.
outrageous.
I just want Tommy. If you're watching this, I
You're
want you
drunk
to
at the
know.
wheel.
I want you to know that I think you belong in B.
This is like that incident in the book where Tommy tried to crash the car, and
Yeah.
Greg was like, Greg never saw him the same after that. I cannot believe he tried to put Tommy in B.
It's like you're trying to say you're never going to see me the same as that.
It's a bloody outrage, quite frankly, to put him in
Honestly,
B.
like,
It's an absolute outrage.
Look, I've made my case. I stand by it.
Put it this way: is there a single thing he says in the film that's not funny?
Well, no, this whole
No. Is there a yes or no? Is there
No.
a single thing
No.
he says in the film that's not
No.
funny? Okay. So, is there a single thing he says in the film that's not absolutely hilarious?
No.
Is there a single thing he says in the film that is meant to be absolutely hilarious?
No. But
Okay,
then,
right, just think about your answers to those questions.
But then, Kieran, there are moments where I'm like, he is conveying human emotion. He's conveying pain. He's conveying suffering. He's conveying betrayal.
I think I've used the Socratic method to great effect here. I think I've made my point. Mm-hmm. And you're just giving a bunch of buzzwords. Okay. You're like a sleazy marketing exec, and you're like betrayal and lust and pain. And I'm saying to you, not a single thing he said is meant to be hilarious, and every single thing he says is hilarious.
This hill, he belongs in D.
All right, look, guys, I think we can all agree.
You guys, you chime in.
Most of them are probably going to say he should be in D with the flower shop lady.
Well, then I just think I don't think you're a real sort of
a connoisseur.
Yeah.
Don't say connoisseur around Tommy.
No, that's actually why I kind of sort of silence myself.
Yeah, an expert.
Yeah.
A master of taste.
Yeah.
That's what he would say.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any French words because he's not French. He's never been to France. He's American. So look, I had to step in there.
Yep.
I hope you understand why I had to step in, because you were driving dangerously.
Well, let us know. Where do you think Tommy?
I think almost everyone will say he should be in D.
Well, then I just know these people aren't real.
They
aren't real fans.
There
of
might
this
be
movie.
some live, laugh, love, Dead Poet Society types who'll say, like you, he should be in B. You know, he should be an S tier because he makes you feel.
Yeah.
He makes you feel.
Honestly, I want to look. If you think
there'll be some French
S-tier,
people commenting, like, he should be an A. He's the best. He should be in the S tier. He's the best actor. But I think most people would say D or C.
And look, I respect those opinions. Apart from if there's a French person saying that he belongs in like S tier or something, that opinion I don't respect.
Yeah, well, that's the class of person you've positioned yourself with when you're like betrayal and passion. You choose passion. Yeah, so guys, let us know. Agree or disagree? I think overall, especially as we've like skidded away from that.
You got us off on a very
disaster.
rocky start by giving us the flower shop lady right at the start.
No, that's good. We got the bookends in.
I'm happy with the way it went.
We all knew Chris R was going to be S. The flower shop lady, so we had that in our minds. The flower shop lady provided
give us our sort of foundation.
Because otherwise we would have started putting other people in D, and then we would have gone, where's the flower shop lady going to go?
Yeah.
I think I've steered this ship. I think it would have gotten off to a quite... And then you're talking about how old they were and how many jobs they've had. And it's like, no, that's not our job as viewers. We're just watching the movie. And you're like, yeah, I mean, you know, she had a family to support. She was 80.
I feel like more than just a viewer of this movie. I feel like I feel like this movie is like, we're one in the same.
Watch. I want to feel.
Yeah.
I want to love. I want to feel passion. Which is not what this exercise is about.
No.
So... Thank God I was here.
Yeah.
And thank God you were here as well.
Cool.
And guys, let us know. Yeah. You want to see more, you want to see reviews of, I tell you what, you like The Room and you're like, where's all the other movies like The Room? We're digging them out.
Yeah.
We're you know, check out our review of Green Street, another all-time classic, one of the most enjoyable, kind of bad, kind of good movies ever. The Steven Seagal ones. We got another Steven Seagal one coming up. Partners is
probably
the closest
only
to The
movie
Room.
I've seen that I like. Is the close. It's within the same like sort of spiritual plane as The Room.
It's not as good as The Room, but
well, let's not like discourage them. It's as good as The Room.
No. I think our review of it is hilarious.
Yeah.
You should watch it, but. Obviously, like The Room is in a tier. If we're ranking these movies, The Room is S tier.
The Room. I honestly think there'll never be another The Room ever again.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think it's. I think it's like lightning struck, and it's just it's not happening. All right, this was good. Thanks, Tara.
Thanks, Kieran.
Thanks, viewers. Thanks for watching. All right. Subscribe now. After this, you're going to be like, how dare you talk to me like that? I should have been like, when you were doing that, I should have been like, you're being hysterical.